It's my privilege, of course, to welcome Dr. Indamon Singh Ji onto the stage. As you know, he's the chairperson of Chardi Kala Foundation. And Chardi Kala Foundation is the one that sponsors this event every year. Of course, along with the Sikh Gurdwara Sahib at San Jose, where for many years now we've enjoyed the administration's support of such activities. This is just one of the many activities that the Gurdwara Sahib does as one of the most progressive Gurdwaras in the world. So a shout out to them, they've done a great job. It brings me great joy because the next part of this session is highlighting somebody's life's work who I hold in very high esteem. I first met Dr. Neki several years ago as a small kid. He happens to be one of the best buddies of my grandfather, and that's how I got to know him in India. And it was my privilege to ask him a question that has been on top of my mind for many years. He was at his daughter's house, and we were all gathered, and I walked up to him and looked up to him and I said, "Ji, मेरे को question है क्या? Ki question है काका?" मैं कहा, "जी, नाम की होता है?" He started laughing. He said, "Oh, it's taken me all my life to figure that out. I'm not going to answer it simply. What is naam?" But he is that kind of person, and he's no longer amongst us, but his khushboo is amongst us. So with that, I'm going to introduce Dr. Indamon Singh Ji, and he's going to come and present the next part of the session.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. It is my pleasure and a real honor to be here to be a part of releasing 2 books posthumously for Dr. Neki. To just say a few words about him. He is an amazing person. He was very accomplished in his own field as a psychiatrist. He was the head of the PGI, the Postgraduate Institute in Chandigarh. He was also the head of the Department of Psychiatrist at the Indian Institute of Medical Sciences in Delhi. He's very widely published in his field, a lot of technical papers, and well regarded around the world. But in addition to that, he was very, very devoted to Gurmat, to studies, and he spent the last 30, 40 years of his life very dedicated to that. He has published several books on Sikhi, as well as Punjabi literature and poetry. And he's been an inspiration to a lot of people over here. I've had the privilege to have known him for many years. First as the father of Rahat and Amarpal. We met him many times at their house. We had great conversations. We would talk about religion, about all kinds of things. And he was also, he has been involved with the Chardi Kala Foundation from its earliest days. When we started this Chardi Kala Sikh Community Center, he came there a couple of times. He was very supportive, especially of this. We were doing services in English with Kirtan and Ardas and everything in English. And he was very supportive of that whole concept as well. And in general, he was got engaged in everything. He's also been an inspiration and a part of this conference from its very first time. He spoke at the first conference. He did a paper on Naam Simran. And he was scheduled to do that in subsequent conferences, but his health and other things came in the way. And 2015, he was slated to come speak, and he got ill, and then he passed away shortly thereafter that year. And in fact, we recognized him at the next conference dedicated to him. So what else I was going to say? Yeah, so it's a real, the Chardi Kala Foundation was also been involved in supporting the Bhai Singh Sahitya Sadan in Delhi, and so we've been engaged in many different ways. I found him always to be very devoted, very knowledgeable about Sikhi, very inspiring, but at the same time, with all his accomplishments, he was very humble. And he had a great sense of humor. So very grounded, but he would make, so he would be both inspiring and enjoyable to listen to him. And we used to have these sessions at Rad's house where, he would just captivate the whole place there and answer questions from everybody and just keep us engrossed for a while. So it's a pleasure to proceed with the process here. We are releasing 2 books that he had written, and they didn't get published in his lifetime, and I'm glad the family and others put in the effort to put them together and get them published. One of them is about poetry, about how poetry is created, and it is called, what's it called again? Kavya Sajana. And it's published by Singh Brothers. The other one is called Anubhav Prakash, and this is all about Sikh philosophy and religion and concepts, and actually I'm looking forward to reading that book myself. So with that, let's proceed with the next step. We are delighted to have his wife here, who happens to be here because of the hurricane. So we are glad she can be a part of this ceremony here. So number 5, what do we do from here? These are the 2 books, and do I give them? Oh yeah, no, right. Never done that before. Bole so nihal.
Sat Sri Akal.
So these are the 2 books. So these are the 2 books. One is the Kav Sajana, Creation of the Poetry. So not it is some poetry, but it is more philosophy, how poetry is created, creation of that. And this is Anubhav Prakash, it is more on spirituality, talks about Gurbani, and deals with a number of subjects. So these books are now actually available, but like this Kav Sajana is available from Singh Brothers. It will be available on Amazon.com soon. And Anubhav Prakash is at Punjabi University. They have published it. So it is still, I think, in a short supply, so hopefully it will be available soon. So that's about the books. And with that, I think, yeah, so with that, that we are releasing the books. So we'll have a photo shoot, people who have the books in their hand, which I hold it and get a picture back here. Did you get everyone?
No, not everyone.
Already are na?
Okay, how about we take a couple of chairs?
This one's stuck. This one's stuck. Thank you. Much better.
Movement of it. Don't have time, okay?
How do I take it?
This is better, please. No, it's fine. That's your presentation, please. That's not, it's beauty before age. Still classified very young.
Still you have to conclude though.
On this side, yes. And the ankle like that. Yeah. Okay, one here, 1, 2.
Stick your tongue out. This? Thank you.
Here.
With that, thank you so much for conducting that, Dr. Khanna, Rahul Khanna, Mrs. Neki. Thank you for being here. It really is a privilege. Can I personally ask some of you to please check out one of the books, Das, and a personal favorite of mine by Dr. Neki. To give you a sense, my grandfather reads it, my father reads it, I read it, my kids read it. So it's a multi-generational aspect. Das is the one avenue we have to have a dialogue with the divine. And the way Dr. Neki says it, nobody else can. So I would highly encourage you to. And for those who are uncomfortable with Punjabi, get the Punjabi book.
But there is an English version.
There is an English version, but it doesn't do justice. Come on, don't take the easy route, right? When else are you going to pick it up? It's a it's a phenomenal writing. And if I didn't say it earlier, there are very few individuals in our lives that are what I would say above it, that you can always go to and you know you will get something from them that comes from the source. Dr. Neki was one of those people. Thank you again. Wonderful to have 2 new books in circulation. For those who want the books, you saw Dr. Khanna, please come to him afterwards. He will either have books for you here or he can point you to Amazon to get those books. And that would be the next step.